confidential letter arrives from the White House, addressed directly to General Thaddeus Ross. The message is clear and urgent. It reads, "General Ross, I'll make this quick. In response to the imminent threat posed by the Hulk and his alien soldiers, I hereby exercise the power given to this office in Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution of the United States. I am co-signing all control of this country's military forces to you, to be used against this immediate threat to national security." The letter concludes with a simple yet powerful statement. Give him hell, General. With this directive, General Ross is now given full authority to take whatever action necessary to confront the Hulk's devastating rampage. In the heart of New York City, General Ross receives troubling news from his soldiers. "That's it, General Ross. The Hulk's taken out the Avengers and the Fantastic Four," the soldier reports. Ross, unfazed by the devastation, responds with a cold determination. "All right, it's our game now. Move 'em in." But the soldier has more to report. "Yes, sir. There's something else, sir. We're getting reports about civilians. At least 100 have snuck into the city. They seem to think the Hulk is some kind of hero." General Ross, with a hint of frustration, shakes his head. "They never learn, do they? Happens every few years," he says, reflecting on the past. "I remember the last time. One day the Hulk saves the Earth from flying saucers, so the president pardons him." It's clear that Ross is no stranger to the chaos that follows in the Hulk's wake, and now he's ready to take control of the situation. The scene shifts to a moment from the past where a towering statue of the Hulk stands, crafted from 10 tons of pure adamantium. General Ross reflects on the irony of the situation, his voice filled with bitterness. "They made a statue of him from 10 tons of pure adamantium," he says, "and the whole world calls him a hero. And then, a few months later, he's a monster again." The image of the statue lingers, a symbol of the conflicting views of the Hulk. Ross continues. He tears through New York, does $1 billion of property damage, before Doctor Strange disappears his big green behind a magic veil. Ross's words underline the cyclical nature of the Hulk's existence. Revered as a hero one moment, feared as a destructive force the next. The world's perception of him is ever-changing, but one thing is certain: his power is a force that cannot be ignored. General Ross's tone is filled with frustration and anger as he recalls the past. Standing in the present, he reflects on the years of excuses made for the Hulk. People made excuses for him. Hell, I made excuses, Ross admits bitterly. He was Bruce Banner, the most brilliant scientist I ever knew, and my daughter loved him. If the Hulk did something insane, it was never Banner's fault. We were always saying, Apocalypse possessed him, or Doc Samson separated the Hulk and Banner, or all he wants is to be left alone, so we'd forgive him. Ross pauses, the weight of his words sinking in. The loss of his daughter is a raw wound. "And what did years and years of that lead to?" he asks. "My daughter is dead, and now the Hulk's come back from a vacation in space with an army of aliens, demanding the evacuation of Manhattan and threatening to kill the planet's biggest superheroes." His voice grows colder, filled with contempt for the past. "The same costume clowns who built that stupid statue for him. So you're telling me those fools down there still say he's a hero? Fine. Tell them we're sending their pal a brand new 10-ton adamantium tribute, and I hope he chokes on it." General Ross's anger is palpable. The hero the world once celebrated is now a threat, and Ross, consumed by loss and bitterness, is ready to take drastic action. The Hulk may have been forgiven in the past, but now there are no more excuses. The tension escalates as a helicopter opens fire on the Hulk. The sound of gunfire echoes through the air. Boom, boom, boom. The intense barrage rains down on the Hulk, each shot seeming to do little to deter him. But the soldiers in the helicopter aren't stopping. They escalate the attack, launching a missile directly at him. The missile hits its target and the Hulk is thrown back, letting out an enraged "Ah!" The impact is immense, the blast rocking him with force. But the Hulk doesn't fall. Despite the damage, his fury only grows stronger. The battle is far from over, and it's clear that no matter what is thrown at him, the Hulk will continue his rampage. As the scene shifts to a block away from the Hulk's raging battle, the atmosphere is thick with tension. A soldier urgently tells a man, "Step back, mister." But the man, unshaken, responds, "Look, I'm Rick Jones. I've spent more time with the Hulk than anyone. Bombs can't stop him. You're just gonna make him madder." The soldier dismisses Rick's warning, his voice cold and resolute. He can get as mad as he wants. It's not gonna do him much good after those adamantium shards rip every inch of flesh from his bones. Charlie, 3 to all units in the second perimeter. Bring on the rain. The soldier opens fire, and the air crackles with energy as the weapon releases a deadly blast. Wakum! The Hulk roars in response, the pain and rage surging through him. There! Grah! The Hulk's fury grows, but it's clear he's not backing down. Despite the relentless attack, he stands, a force of nature, only more determined and angrier than ever. Inside Doctor Strange's mansion, the tension is palpable. Iron Fist, his brow furrowed with concern, turns to Doctor Strange and asks, "What is it, Doctor Strange?" Doctor Strange's expression is grave as he responds, "To stop him without killing him. My spell depended upon the Hulk letting me in, Iron Fist. But Ross's attack has forced the door." In the distance, the Hulk's furious roar echoes. Grah! The sound reverberates like a storm building, signaling that the situation is quickly spiraling out of control. Doctor Strange knows the battle is no longer just about containing the Hulk. It's a race against time to stop the fury before it consumes everything. Doctor Strange's spell finally takes hold, and with a deep breath, he exclaims, "I'm with him now," inside his head. For a moment, it seems as though the Hulk's fury might be subdued. But then, the Hulk lets out a deafening roar. Grah! His anger erupts once again, stronger than ever. In an instant, the Hulk launches himself at the helicopter, tearing through the air with explosive force. The situation is still far from under control, as the Hulk's rage knows no bounds. Even Doctor Strange's intervention can only do so much against the overwhelming power of the Hulk's fury. Doctor Strange uses his magic to reach into the Hulk's mind, his voice echoing inside Bruce Banner's head. "Come on, Bruce. We have to talk." But the Hulk isn't listening. His response is full of defiance and anger. "No! The tension continues to rise as the Hulk fights against any attempt to calm him down. Then, General Ross, watching the scene unfold, says with a mix of disbelief and urgency, He's stopped fighting. He's going down." The helicopter that the Hulk had attacked finally begins to plummet to the ground, crashing with a massive explosion. Scroom! The shockwave rattles the air as the Hulk's fury continues to wreak havoc. Doctor Strange's spell takes the Hulk into a strange, empty space. Inside Hulk's mind, there's nothing but silence until the Hulk shouts, Where'd you take me, Strange?" Doctor Strange calmly responds, "The question is, where have you taken me? This is the inside of your mind, your dreams, your rules. What do you want to show me, Bruce?" But the Hulk, enraged, snaps back. "Grah! Don't call me that!" The Hulk is consumed by anger as Doctor Strange's magic surges through his mind. But all the Hulk can do is lash out. He punches the air, hitting nothing, just chaos surrounding him. Meanwhile, a soldier in a helicopter watches the madness unfold and speaks over the radio. "He's losing it, sir, just punching at the air." The Hulk's inner turmoil becomes more apparent as he tries to regain control, his rage filling every corner of his mind. General Ross, seeing no hesitation, orders his forces to attack again. "Let him have it," he commands. The guns open fire. Choom, 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 pew, pew, brack, brack, crack. The Hulk is pummeled with bullets, but he feels nothing. His fury, however, is unstoppable. In his mind, the Hulk growls at Doctor Strange, "Get out of my head, or I'll tear you in half." But Doctor Strange stands firm, unshaken by the Hulk's rage. He responds, "Hear me well, Bruce. Your anger means nothing to me. I am the Sorcerer Supreme. I could snuff the feeble flame of your mortal life with the merest twitch of a finger, but I am also your friend. Let me help you, Bruce." Hulk, slowly and reluctantly, begins to change. His monstrous form starts to shrink, and the rage that controlled him begins to subside. As his green skin fades, he returns to his human form. "Show me your true face. That's what she said," Hulk murmurs, a shift in his voice, a moment of vulnerability breaking through the fury. In the depths of Hulk's mind, Doctor Strange urges him to share. "Tell me," he says gently. The Hulk, his voice filled with sorrow, responds, "Her name was Kyera, and I hear her voice all the time." This is a moment of vulnerability for the Hulk. Beneath the rage, beneath the monster, lies the memory of someone he loved, someone who still echoes in his heart. The past, full of pain and loss, lingers in his mind, a reminder of the woman he once held dear. As Doctor Strange's spell intensifies, the Hulk's mind is transported back to a hauntingly beautiful memory. He sees Kyera, his queen, standing before him. Her voice is soft, comforting as she speaks. "This is where you belong, with your people, with your queen, and your child." A wave of sorrow crashes over the Hulk as he calls out her name. "Kyera," she responds gently, "Husband." But just as the moment seems to hold the possibility of healing, a harsh alarm interrupts their peace. Beep, 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 beep. The warning blares, a countdown of impending disaster. Then the world shakes as the bomb explodes. Boom! The memory fades, and with it, the bittersweet moment with Kyera is lost to the chaos, a reminder of the destruction that follows the Hulk wherever he goes. Inside the Hulk's mind, after the explosion, Doctor Strange speaks with a heavy heart. "Bruce, I agreed with Tony and Reed and Black Bolt that you were too dangerous for this planet, and I let them trick you into that shuttle and shoot you into space. But you have to know, we had nothing to do with that explosion or the death of..." But the Hulk interrupts, his voice cold. "Go away." Doctor Strange doesn't give up, continuing earnestly. "Bruce, how long have we known each other? How many battles have we fought side by side? Look at me and tell me I'm lying." The Hulk's response is full of sadness as he murmurs, Stephen." Doctor Strange reaches out with sincerity. "I have always been your friend, Bruce, and always will be. Now perhaps we should get back to the real world before General Ross completely destroys your body. Easy, Bruce, I've got you." But suddenly, Bruce transforms back into the Hulk, his anger surging once more as he roars, Yeah, and I've got you." Doctor Strange, now realizing the gravity of the situation, responds with a shocked face. "Oh no, dear." The emotional tug-of-war between Bruce and the Hulk reaches a breaking point as the battle for control intensifies. In the midst of the chaos, the Hulk grabs both of Doctor Strange's hands, which were aimed to attack him. With a violent twist, the Hulk crushes his hands, the sound of bones breaking echoing through the air. Crack! Doctor Strange lets out a painful scream. "Ah, Bruce, I was trying to help." But the Hulk's response is cold and final. "You've helped enough." Meanwhile, General Ross, seeing the situation escalate, gives a cold order. "Finish him, soldier." The soldier responds with urgency. "Almost there, General. Soon as we get through the shields of his alien buddies." The soldier opens fire again and again, the sound of bullets and explosions filling the air. Bud, 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 boom. On the other side, Hulk's allies shout out to him with growing concern. Hulk, come on now. Korg reassures them. Don't worry, Korg, he's back. As the Hulk's fury continues to grow, the battle intensifies, with no sign of stopping. The Hulk, enraged and unstoppable, leaps into the air, his massive form crashing down with the force of a battering ram. Chom, crank, drum. He slams his fist into a tank, the impact sending shockwaves through the air. Badoom, crook. With incredible strength, the Hulk lifts the tank above his head and hurls it toward a nearby helicopter. The tank collides with the helicopter, sending it tumbling through the sky. Kachoom! In a desperate attempt to escape, the helicopter pilots eject, parachuting to safety as the Hulk's fury continues. But the soldiers on the ground are relentless. They open fire. Pew pew, bud, 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 shooting at the Hulk. But their bullets do little more than anger him further. In response, the Hulk unleashes his signature clap, sending a shockwave powerful enough to knock everything around him off balance. Fwap! The battlefield trembles under his rage as the Hulk demonstrates just how unstoppable he truly is. The Hulk's devastating clap sends shockwaves through the battlefield, knocking out all in its path. General Ross, filled with rage, shouts out, Hulk, why won't you die already? With the fury of a beast, the Hulk leaps toward Ross, roaring, That's your job! As the Hulk charges, Ross opens fire with his machine gun, yelling, Not ding-dong likely, you crazy! The bullets pierce the Hulk's flesh, but they barely faze him as he lands on Ross. In a desperate attempt to defend himself, Ross punches the Hulk and pulls the trigger, shooting the Hulk directly in the eye as they both fall to the ground. As they crash to the earth, Ross, struggling but defiant, sneers, Monster, that's right, smash all you want. But we'll just keep coming and coming until someday we finally kill you. A soldier nearby watches the brutal confrontation unfold and with a mix of fear and anticipation, radios in, Let's hear it, Commander Hill. As the chaos of the battle rages on, the scene shifts to the White House in Washington, D.C. Commander Hill, speaking with urgency, informs the president that General Ross is down and there's only one option left. The president, grim-faced, asks, Nukes? Hill quickly counters, No, sir. Every scientist on the payroll says that would only make the Hulk stronger. It's time to appeal to a higher power. She continues, Please remember, sir, we need you to stay on script. The Sentry's the most powerful superhero on the planet, but he's also an agoraphobic schizophrenic. He's scared of the world, terrified of himself. He needs reassurance every step of the way that what we're asking him to do is the right thing. With that, the president takes the phone and calls the Sentry. Mr. Reynolds, this is your president speaking, and I've got a job for you. The heroes need your help. They're your friends, and they believe in you, just like I do. Time to shine, son. A brief pause, then the president's voice grows frustrated. You still there, Bob? Listen up now. These eggheads tell me you're nuts. All right, Reynolds, this is ridiculous. Sentry responds nervously. Sir, Mr. President, please just a moment, sir. The consultants are preparing some more script for you. The president, growing more impatient, snaps back. What's going on? But they also tell me you're a hero. So it's time to shake the Schizo Act and do what needs to be done. Now, let's go. In the heart of Madison Square Garden, General Ross finds himself arrested by Hulk's allies. He looks around, confused, and asks, What the hell's that noise? One of Hulk's supporters calmly responds, Trust me, human, you don't want to know. Hulk, with a stern voice, says simply, It'll do. Korg, reflecting on the past, adds, Not quite as big as the Red King's great arena. They destroyed our world. They deserve everything that's coming to them. But still, we could make an end right here. Their whole planet knows what they did to us. They're the monsters now. if we walked away today. Suddenly, Hulk punches the wall with immense force, shouting, "Yeah!" His human supporters, rallying behind him, cheer with excitement. "We're ready! Hulk! Woohoo! Hulk! Hulk! Yay! Go Hulk! Hooray! Woohoo! Bring on the show!" Hulk, hearing their cheers, turns to Korg and says with conviction, "Listen to them, Korg. They get it. Never stop making them pay." A mile away in Greenwich Village, Rick Jones is desperately trying to reach someone on the phone. Doc Strange, it's me, Rick Jones, are you?" Suddenly, a voice interrupts him. "Dirty little liar." Rick, caught off guard, responds with surprise. "Whoa, Ello, nice to see you again so soon." Ello, with a sharp tone, accuses, "Yesterday you said you're the Hulk's friend, and now you're trying to warn the magician?" Rick, trying to deflect, casually replies, "What magician? This is a coffee shop. You know, coffee. You have it in the morning with donuts and..." Ello, unimpressed, asks, "Hiroim, do you understand a word this human is saying?" Hiroim, not missing a beat, responds, "These enchantments are strong, but no illusion can hold before the strength of the Shadow Elders." Just then, a voice from inside the mansion cuts in. "Sorry to bust your bubble." Iron Fist and his ally, Hiroim, face off in a tense confrontation. Iron Fist confidently declares, "But this is no illusion. I'll take the giant, Ronin. You and Echo get the girl." Ronin responds with a grin. "Man, you get all the fun." Hiroim warns with a menacing tone, "I warn you, human. You cannot match the Stone Force old power of the Shadow." Without hesitation, Hiroim and Iron Fist clash fiercely. Krazak, crack, crack, Krove, woom. Their battle shakes the air as each fighter unleashes their strength. Meanwhile, Ronin and Echo take on the girl, with Ronin taunting, "Bet you never heard Baldy McPonytail scream, did ya? Give it up, kid." The tension builds as the battle rages on. Ronin strikes with his katana. Kersh! But the girl quickly defends with her hand, breaking the sword with a snap. Jack, she taunts. Let me think about that. No. Snap, snap. Her defiance is clear as she easily shatters Ronin's weapon. Meanwhile, the battle between Hiroim and Iron Fist intensifies. Hiroim, with a deep, powerful voice, introduces himself. "I am Hiroim the Old Strong. Tell me your name, human." Iron Fist responds with unwavering confidence. "I am Iron Fist." Hiroim, sensing the strength of his opponent, solemnly states, "I will pray for you, Iron Fist. Now, may he who dies." The tension builds as the fight reaches its peak. Hiroim delivers a powerful punch to Iron Fist, declaring, "Die well, human. I know you've been yourself, but your new spells are flawed. You can't sustain them for long. Show yourself and make an end." Hiroim's words are cold and calculating as he prepares for what he believes is the inevitable. Ello steps forward and interrupts. "You wait here for him, Hiroim. I'll take these humans back to the arena." Rick, desperate and confused, calls out, "Wait, Ello, there's another way. You don't have to do this." But it's too late. Iron Fist, Ronin, and Echo are all taken away by Ello, bound for the arena. Rick, still in shock, asks, "What the hell did you do to them?" Hiroim responds with a chilling answer. "They've been implanted with obedience discs in the gladiatorial training schools of Sakaar." The weight of Hiroim's words hangs heavy as the dark truth of their captivity becomes clear. Rick, in disbelief, pleads with Hiroim. "Hiroim, you said you were a priest. You know this is wrong." Hiroim, with a heavy heart, admits, "Of course it is, Rick Jones. And someday, we Warbound will pay for the rage in our hearts." But his resolve hardens as he adds, "But first, we'll make you pay." The scene shifts to Dr. Strange and Wong. Wong, visibly concerned, urges, "Doctor, you have to let me look at your hands." But Dr. Strange, in no mood to delay, responds, "There's no time, Wong. I can hear the Shadow Priest. He's burning through the spells that hide us, and with these broken hands, I can't do a thing to stop him." He turns to Bruce, his voice filled with sorrow. "Bruce, you're really going to kill them all, aren't you? You didn't see him, Wong. You didn't feel his rage. It's beyond anything I ever..." Strange takes a deep breath and continues, "Wong, the time has come. Bring it to me." Wong, still hesitant, protests, "No, Doctor, you can't." But Dr. Strange's voice becomes urgent and forceful. "I can and must. Now bring me the box." The tension is palpable as the weight of Strange's decision settles in. Hiroam, with a powerful strike, shatters the spell, causing the air to crackle with energy. "Scar!" he roars, breaking through the barrier. Wong, in a panic, warns Dr. Strange, "Doctor, the walls." But Strange, remaining calm in the face of the impending threat, responds, "The Shadow Priest comes, so you must go as fast and far as you can." Wong refuses, standing firm in his loyalty. "No, I won't." Dr. Strange, knowing what is at stake, looks at him with a somber expression and replies, "You know what I'm about to do, Wong. If you stay, the Shadow Priest will be the least of your worries." With a grave determination, Dr. Strange invokes an ancient and dangerous spell. "In the name of the Eternal by Rings of Ragdor, though his spirit be infernal, Zom must live once more, and may he who dies, die well." Just as the spell reaches its climax, Hiroim breaks through the hidden sanctuary with a powerful skash. The battle is now escalating to a new level of intensity. Rick arrives at the arena, desperately calling out to Bruce, "Bruce, for God's sake." Elo silences him. "Shut up, human. You tried to warn the Green Scar's enemies. Now you'll get what you deserve." Rick responds, "Come on, Bruce. Gladiator fights? This is insane." Suddenly, Meek, one of Hulk's allies, chimes in. "I'll tell you what's insane. Taking the greatest hero your planet ever saw and shooting him into space." Rick, trying to reason with him, replies, "You don't understand, Meek. He was out of control. They were his friends. They were trying to help him." But Meek, filled with anger, retorts, "Their shuttle exploded. Killed 1,000,000 people. Killed his queen. Killed his child. You call that help?" Rick, frustrated, fires back, "You say you're his friend, but all you're doing is dragging him straight to hell." Meek's response is cold. "I'll show you hell." Rick, standing his ground, responds, "Fine, then you'll just prove you're a monster, not a hero. A hero wants justice, not revenge." Meek, filled with rage, snaps, "Stupid human. You still believe in justice. The Red King killed my father and brothers. The Spikes killed my species' last queen. Your heroes' bombs killed Crown City. Nothing will ever bring them back. You're trying to confuse things with your talking, but I understand now. They had to die, because those who killed them were built for destruction. We just do what we were made for. That's why I follow the Green Scar, because he is the world breaker." As tensions rise, Meek challenges Rick, "So come, little human. It's time to make an end to..." But suddenly, Hiroim crashes down from the sky. "Whoom!" interrupting Meek's threat. A new voice, powerful and commanding, follows. Not just yet. First, it is Dr. Strange, wielding immense power, ready for battle, declaring with authority, "Strange smash." The stage is set for a showdown that will change everything.